Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I went ahead and did something crazy. I've been wanting to pick this up for quite a while now, and I finally just decided to pull the trigger, invest in myself and my branding, and walked into Costco one day, bought the DJI Pocket 3, and I have yet to use it. I actually just set up all the settings this morning. I went ahead and actually bought a couple accessories. So we got some goodies right here, and we actually have some plans to head down to Milwaukee today. So figured why not bring you guys with me, do a full review on the DJI Pocket 3, kind of like a day in the life, only using the Pocket 3. Again, I apologize for the lighting. My lighting in my house is terrible. Kind of working the best that I can. I got my ISO pretty much cranked. So we're about to go out though. Looks like it is a very gloomy, rainy day. So I don't think I'm going to need a variable filter. I'm just going to bring my wide angle and we should be okay. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into the video.
Don't you dare run from it. There's no boogeyman. It ain't coming to hurt you. I think acceptance is somewhat of a virtue. To look your true dead in the face without trying to escape.
Okay, so we are recording now on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. We got the variable ND filter. We're also recording in D-Log. Very first time recording on D-Log, obviously on the camera as well. I'm still very new to color grading, color correcting, and all of that. So hopefully I'm doing this right, and hopefully in post it turns out looking good. We are going to be messing around with some LUTs probably as well, just kind of until I get more comfortable with, obviously doing everything manually. So we did arrive at our first stop. We're actually at the Milwaukee County Zoo. Have never been here, so we brought the wife. We got our baby boy with us too. We're actually meeting up with some family friends. We're also going to go for lunch, and then after we're done with all of that, we are going to depart from them and hang around Milwaukee for a little bit more, just so we can get some more footage on this Pocket 3 camera. So first stop of the day, Milwaukee County Zoo. Let's see what this camera can do.
I write these words aimlessly, but not without hope that somehow I'll stumble on something that's dope. A clever little line, a thought to provoke myself in that listener digging for quotes. Hello. I don't even know if somebody gon' hear this. Got so many songs they get lost in the endless folders of the hard drive. I wish I was more fearless, cause I just say fuck it and dump all the music for niggas that hate it and niggas that use it as fuel to push them through long nights at school, writing that last minute paper for class that's due in the morning. And I still relate to that procrastination for tasks, cause I need to finish this album. But hell, how many more times can I sit in this wooden pail down in that well and pull it back up with the hope that it's filled? Plus it don't help that I'm rich now, so that means that I don't gotta deal with stress of these creditors calling my cellular like that young rapper that don't got a deal, but do got the skill and do got the will to make it. Alright,
so we just finished up at the zoo. It was actually a little cute little zoo, nothing crazy. We're from Chicago, so we're used to the actual Chicago Zoo, Brookfield Zoo, but this one wasn't bad. I think we walked for maybe an hour or so. Update on the Osmo Pocket 3, the camera battery life is about 75%. So not too bad for taking videos and some photos. I will have the pictures posted here that are edited with the Osmo Pocket 3. So we're walking back to the car. Now we are gonna head to a Mexican restaurant, get some burritos and some margaritas, and see what else the day brings us.
I know that it takes for labels to see or a song that are breaking the rest of the world to catch on that he's great. How do you tap in the hunger when you don't got wonder about where your next meal is coming from? Maybe you feel my conundrum, or maybe the real. Okay,
so now we are downtown Milwaukee, and it is windy as shit right now. We're trying a feature on the Osmo Pocket 3. It is the face tracking option, so it should, no matter what, track my face, no matter how I turn this camera right here, which I think is pretty badass, especially if you are vlogging, via selfie mode, I guess. So we are walking downtown Milwaukee really quick. It is very windy, getting pretty chilly, and it's starting to actually rain. So I don't know how the mic audio is gonna sound because very, very windy. So we're gonna put trust into the DJI mics and the windscreen to see if it blocks out all the wind noise. We're gonna make this pretty quick because it's cold, baby's sleeping, mama's cold, but there are a couple areas that I wanna go get some pictures for with my Sony a7 IV, and a little bit more B-roll footage because I feel like this vlog isn't gonna be very long. But again, this is kind of a full day using the Osmo Pocket 3, so let's make this quick.
Far removed from the struggles of everyday folks. My shit just ain't never gonna hit like it hit when a nigga was a little more closer to broke. But fuck it, the challenge be having me stoked.
Okay, so I'm actually walking back to the car. It is way too damn cold and way too windy for the wife and kid to be out, so they're already back at the car. I actually have my a7 IV out with me to grab a couple of pictures of downtown. I will most likely just post those on my Instagram. I don't know if I'll make it into this vlog. But I'm very, very happy with this vlog and very, very happy with this camera so far. I've used it a lot. I think I'm right around 50% now, and I got some pictures taken with it as well as obviously the vlog. I'm shooting a D-Log, so I'm hoping we can get the color looking good, hoping we can find some good LUTs, and hopefully when you guys are watching this, the color isn't god-awful, because like I said earlier, terrible at color grading, color correction. So we're gonna try our best, but I did shoot everything in this video in D-Log, so hopefully we're looking all right. Practice makes perfect. And yeah, so heading back to the car, I'm actually pulling up right now. We're gonna head home. I got a couple more errands to run, but I plan on sitting down once we get home in the office, kind of going over a full what I thought of this camera type of review, giving you guys all the deets and letting you know what I think of this camera.
You gotta be joking. I push my salary up with these quotes. Now, I push the Lambo truck down in the Ville, hoping I connect with something that's real. Part of me wonders why I'm even still. Holding on to this place. My mama been gone and my partners are straight, right?
How can I fail out of this rail when I keep on treating my fantasy? Put all this strain on my beliefs. All of these sins just keep eyeing me. I'm running from pain, shaded from rain, just to catch another fantasy. And all of the things that keep sinners free. Yeah. Maybe this music my therapy. Writing out words with pen and paper, ignoring the traded for profits and other things that keep me from keeping some company. I feel like an alien. Look at the state I'm in. My life is so fucked up and I'm fed up. I'm losing my kin to cancer and accidents. Friends and family keep dying, so bless me cause I keep on trying. But I'm losing my mind. Dark thoughts and bleak bars. I'm so lost and I'm so far, man. I feel like I'm drowning.
Okay, so we are warping ahead just a little bit, which actually works out in my favor because I've actually been able to use the DJI Pocket 3 for about a couple weeks now, really giving it a full test and really pushing it to its full potential. And to sum all this up in a nutshell, I give this camera a 10 out of 10. I've actually been avoiding using my Sony ZV-E10 for a lot of my recording and doing everything right off of that Pocket 3. I do have my Sony a7 IV, which I'm obviously recording on right now, but I really like to use that one strictly for photos, as obviously I'm not really a videographer, and all of my short form content, YouTube videos, I can really just do with my ZV-E10 or now my Pocket 3. But all in all, we're gonna kind of go over all of the features of this once again, kind of give you a rundown of what I've used it for, tested out, all of that. But nonetheless, 100% pleased, and this is probably my favorite camera aside from my a7 IV. So I've pretty much been using this every single day for my day in the life content, a couple of vlogs, just run and gun, grabbing some B-roll footage. I've even used it to take pictures, which you guys have seen earlier in the video. This small camera really just does it all. Now, is it gonna compete with the Sony a7 IV? I personally think no, or the FX3, no. But if you're looking for something pocket size, if you're looking for something great for short form, vlogging, anything like that where the quality doesn't really need to be professional grade, the Pocket 3 is perfect. I personally think it outperforms any of the other DJI action cameras, the Insta360 cameras, and definitely over the GoPro cameras. Having the gimbal on it and the stabilization that it has is flawless. I've used the face tracking, I've used the gimbal to get some B-roll footage, and it is seamless and it's beautiful. It's a mastercraft camera with so many different features jam-packed inside. Being able to shoot 4K 120 is beautiful. Within seconds, you can literally shoot horizontal or vertical within seconds. Being able to seamlessly connect the DJI Mic 2s via Bluetooth is huge. I can literally just take out my mic, make sure it's on, and then the Pocket 3 just automatically connects both units together. Being able to shoot in D-Log, which I'm obviously brand new to. You've seen the entire video was shot in the DJI Pocket 3's D-Log. So hopefully, again, I'm going to reiterate, but hopefully the quality, the color correction, all of that looks up to par, at least decently. I'm still in that learning process, but being able to shoot D-Log for other creatives that know how to edit D-Log footage or S-Log footage, anything like that, is huge. And it also supporting 10-bit. This thing is just amazing. I really can't put any other words
to the Pocket 3 other than amazing. The battery life, I personally feel like the battery life is good. I wouldn't say that it's amazing or excellent. The beginning of this video when I was walking through the zoo, I think we were there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I believe I dropped down to 50%, between 75 to 50%, but I want to say it was closer to 50%, which again, I feel like is a little on the low side just because I didn't really do a lot of vlogging and talking. It was really just a lot of B-roll footage. But then again, I was switching back and forth between video and photo, try to get some photo action as well. But I personally feel like the battery died quickly. And then going to the downtown Milwaukee area, using the rest of it there. I wasn't down there for very long. I think at that time I was at like 35% range. Then a couple of the errands that we ran, when I fully got home, I think we're at like 12%, which on the bright side, it was a full jam-packed day. It did not die on me at all. And thankfully, if it would have died on me, I did buy the bundle that actually comes with a couple accessories. Like this one is an extended battery. And all you have to do is just plug it in via USB-C, wait a couple seconds, and then it starts charging on its own, as you can see right there. Then I use this one. This one pretty much stayed on the camera the entire time. It's just a short little extender, if you will. Same thing, you just plug it in via USB-C port. And now that gives me a threaded access to use on different type of stands. And I use the mini tripod for a lot of my B-roll shots. And you just go ahead, and I think this is the 1/4 inch. So you just go ahead and screw it in, just like so. I like the handle. It gives it a bigger handle for me, especially if you have bigger hands. And then it just turns right into a little tripod, which I thought was huge. And I was able to use it for a lot of my B-roll footage. And all of this being in a bundle, all being tiny little accessories, makes this thing even sweeter. A couple third-party accessories that I did pick up were some ND filters, which unfortunately, at the time of recording this video, I ended up losing like 2 out of the 6 that I got. I lost my ND 1:6 stop filter, and then I lost my wide angle filter, which unfortunately does suck, but I'll just rebuy them because thankfully they're not too expensive. I think they're both about 15, 20 bucks each. So 40 bucks, you can kind of get 2 decent filters. So I do have to replace that order. I ended up buying a kind of a full protection mount that wraps over the head of the Osmo Pocket 3. And what's cool about this is this part right here, the bottom part, came with the Pocket 3. That was their cover. And you got 2 little magnetic slots in here for a wide angle lens and then a black mist filter, but you can pretty much use any other ND filter. And what's cool is they just magnetically snap in right there. And then this top part right here, I did buy third party, but kind of the same thing. It just protects over the entire thing. And it has 3 more magnetic slots right there for more filters. And then I think the last accessory that I did buy that I didn't get to actually use a whole lot is this magnetic mount. Basically, it goes around the buttons of the front of the camera, and then you got the magnet on the back end right here, which will allow you to stick it to anything magnetically to get different unique type of angles, which is gonna be really useful for a lot of my short form content and some B-roll. So all in all, I'm 100% pleased. This is gonna be used continuously as my everyday, grab and go camera, if you will. Obviously, my main camera is still gonna be the A7 IV as I do a lot more photo than I do video. But now I can kind of use this for some behind the scenes footage, more of the vlogging content, especially if I'm still not really comfortable dragging my A7 IV in public and vlogging in front of people. So this definitely makes it a lot more discreet, and I actually feel a lot more comfortable vlogging on this versus vlogging on my A7 IV. It's just something personally that I've been working on, but I'm a lot more comfortable just grabbing that, vlogging, and I'm good to go. I do want to get a cold shoe mount, hot shoe mount for the A7 IV that I can actually slide this to. That way I can actually get some like POV footage, especially if I'm out doing client work, shooting as a hobbyist, anything like that. I don't really know how I'm gonna be able to manage using my A7 IV and then using this for video, but that's just something that I will just continue to look for. But I'm 100% pleased. If you're in the market for something, I would say affordable for what this thing offers, I think it's extremely affordable. Looking at all these other action cameras that are within that $300 to $600 range, I think this Pocket 3 trumps all of them. So if you're in the market for something that you can just kind of quickly grab and go, be very discreet with it, still get very high quality video and photo, being able to shoot in D-Log, have the option of very quick connection via Bluetooth, especially if you're pairing it up with the DJI mics. You want something that can actively track your face, and not really being able to lose video quality, whether you're vlogging or shooting in front of you, the Pocket 3 is going to be your main guy. One downside that you might need to know though is if you're shooting horizontally and you want to start shooting vertically, you will lose some video quality. Going from 4K pretty much down to 2.73K, but to be honest, the quality is still unmatched. But just keep in mind that if you are going to shoot vertically, you are not going to be able to shoot in 4K, which to be honest, if you're posting onto your social medias, you're going to be perfectly fine. I forgot to mention, we did try out the slow-mo version. There was a short clip in there, a B-roll footage of my dog getting a bath and shaking all the water off. I don't really know how that works. I just really quickly put it onto the slow motion mode and just pretty much left it at that. I did notice that it didn't record any audio. I don't know if that's an issue on my end or if there's just not going to be any audio recording slow-mo, which to be honest, I'm fine with it because that's just where I add my music anyways. And we also did try out the low light mode, as you guys seen at the gas station and the dog wash station. I personally think that the quality looked perfectly fine, especially the photos. I know I did not try the hyperlapse or the time-lapse mode. To be honest, I don't know how to use those and I just don't really have a reason to other than, you know, for the review aspect. So if that is something you would want to learn more about, let me know down in the comments and I can definitely make a separate video going over those two. And to be honest, that's pretty much all there is to this thing. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys do enjoy these types of videos. I had a lot of fun recording this. I do feel like this video is very short before we got down to the review portion of it. But again, it was kind of just a full day in the life. Just opened it the day before, so I haven't really gotten to play around with it. So I pretty much just set my settings and started using it before kind of learning about anything else. So it is a very bare day in the life review. If you guys want to see a more action-packed review using this camera, another type of day in the life video, anything like that, let me know down in the comments and we can definitely make that happen. Because like I said, I've been using this camera pretty much every single day without fail, and I'm falling in love with it more every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep in mind, in about a week or two, as you guys are watching this video, my wife and I will be moving back down to Florida, so I might be a little inactive for a week or so just because I am driving down. The wife and baby are flying, thankfully, and we're gonna get everything unloaded, kind of settle in, see some family, stuff like that. But don't you worry, because I will be bringing all of my camera gear, my drone, all of that with me, because I'll be back in Florida on the beach, enjoying nature, enjoying the sun, and I feel like getting out of Wisconsin is just gonna help my creative mind flow. I'll be able to get a lot more footage, a lot different experiences, and just be a lot more active, all while making content around that. So I'm very, very excited. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell to get notified every time I upload a new YouTube video. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.
So they keep saying, yeah. And maybe one day.